Back up on the scene, nah, I mean.
Sit where I'm sitting, sip what I'm sipping, spit what I'm spitting. Take a listen to what they kicking. It ain't a topic that's out there that's too specific. We gon' talk about it and they gon' listen. This here's a revolution for all I mentioned. This here's a Novocaine just to numb your system. Weekly doses issues, get your prescription. Life and fan, but we ain't missed it. Let's do 6 rings around. Ass Mike and Pip, you got a topic, how to spit. We gon' rip. It's Season 7 coming to you live. We up in this. Hey, Season 7, we up in this. Life gon' be life, okay? 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 Life gon' be life, okay?
We talking life. 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 We talking life.
Season 7, you ready?
Yo, welcome back to another edition of the Life Be Life podcast. Back up on the scene, nah, I mean. Hey, I'm your host, Tony D. And normally I'll be pointing over there to the co-host, and I'm D to the J. Still in the building like I ain't never left. But anyway, y'all, we got a special edition today, man. Let me get some things out the way. So don't forget to catch us on WAVU 55 The Vibe every Tuesday morning on your drive in from 8 to 9. Well, if you're just getting up, we know we look at that phone first. Go ahead and download the online radio app. Look for WAVU 55 and go ahead and lock it in. YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, website. We here. Merch. Y'all seen the intro. We got cups, we got hats, we got everything. We gonna talk about it. So y'all, it's another One Do It Wednesday, man. I'm just thankful, man. Hey, I'm still here another day. I'm still standing. So for whatever it is, it's trying to take me out, man. Hey, I'm triumphing up against that. Man, what's going on? Normally the bro is here to put a buffer in, so I got all kind of stuff racing. But we gonna do this thing. So you see my background. Hey, you know we fit bum 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 fly eagle, but that's coming soon. Y'all, as we get ready to get into this thing tonight, for real, as I get ready to get serious, I got a young man on this show tonight, man, that I'm going to get on after the break. This young man, I've been following him probably 10, 12 years. Seen him on Fox 2, I believe, with Timmy Zell one day. I might have the wrong radio station, charging to my head and not my heart. And I just thought that it was miraculous what he's doing. I'm like, man, look at this young brother. You know, he's going to school, shirt and tie, jacket. You know, people are commenting under his posts. Even the support that he's receiving to this day, years later, man, we gonna get into it. So right now, let me go ahead and get a few things out the way, man, because like I said, normally I have the bro here, but let me run these disclosures just in case. Y'all know how y'all do.
The views and opinions expressed on the Life Be Life podcast are solely those of the artists, producers, guests, and hosts of the show. Any numbers, stats, or stated resources that are given, we do ask that you verify that information for yourself.
All righty. Just so we can bring this thing in right, man. Let me go ahead and cue up one of our commercials real quick while we take a quick break. I can take a deep breath, relax a little bit, because I'm excited, y'all. Y'all don't understand. But we'll be right back, man, with more Life Be Life and after this commercial break.
Have you ever been caught in a lie and needed a fast way out? Have no fear, Cry No More is here. Organically made from real baby tears. Just two sprays will get those tear ducts flowing. May cause side effects like eyebrow removal, loss of belly button, toes falling off, bad breath. Cry no more. Never be stranded again.
And yo, we back up in this joint, man. So as I was saying before the break, bro, sis, everybody, it's an exciting day for me, man. So without further ado, I introduce the song, present to others, Mr. David Kirkman.
Hey, What's up, Tony? What's going on?
Man, how you doing on today?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. I'm chilling, man. I feel amazing. It's beautiful
That's
out.
what's
Well, it's hot out actually.
it's hot and windy. That's a travesty.
Yeah, it's almost too hot. I got a nice little workout in earlier, but I had to like hop on the train and go to the gym a little bit. It was almost too hot for me. I was like, I'm about to just call it a day.
Yeah. Hey, y'all hear that, man? No matter what the weather is, if you care about your body, you got to go get it in. Y'all see, I was
Yeah,
290. You see where I'm at now. So, hey, one day at
yeah,
a time. Take care of the one body you
yeah.
got.
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Kirkman, man,
Yeah.
I know, like, I got so much racing through my head. So let's start back at the beginning, man. I think your first film, was it Underneath?
No, so that's my first full movie. I think that
Okay.
since like post college, I guess.
Oh,
Since
okay.
I'm
Okay. Got
yeah,
you.
yeah. But like
Yeah.
the first, yeah, that was Underneath, and so I mean that just came out in December. But I've been doing stuff since like high school, like little short films and stuff.
Hold on. Let me open my okay, let's do this. If we gonna do it, we gonna do it right because I believe in giving flowers when flowers are due. So you were the writer and director for Nexus, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
We're
Then
still
you got
filming it.
Gonzo. I
Mhm.
remember Gonzo, like for real, for real.
Yeah, yeah, the original, yeah.
And then you got underneath Children of the Sun,
Mhm.
Hardware.
Yeah,
I didn't know about that one. Icon,
yeah,
Noble,
yeah.
Retribution,
Mhm.
and my favorite, Static Shock.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
so
man.
So let's back up, man. What made you like? I know, like nowadays, everybody wants to be a content creator or whatnot. What made you specifically go into filming?
No, for me, film is the most powerful medium uh, to shape and mold cultures, change
Mm,
minds, plant seeds. It is the most powerful, and you can look throughout history to see how many regimes, good and bad,
right.
have come as a result of film and propaganda and things of that nature. That's how powerful it can be.
Yeah.
And they don't call it, cinema is magic for nothing. It is, in a sense, that kind of thing. Um, I felt growing up for me, I always knew that music was going to be a thing for me. I still do music. I make music to all of my films today, but
Wow.
that's what I thought I would do in my life, growing up in the church and my parents
Yeah.
being pastors and playing the piano and the drums and that sort of thing. And then I studied music classically. I studied jazz and I read music, played the cello and the piano when I was in school and things of that nature. I swear I thought that's what I would do for the rest of my life. But it ended up evolving into filmmaking. I was just watching behind the scenes of like some of the movies like that I grew up with, like Transformers and things like
Right. Right.
that. And I was like, man, this is so cool, like to see all of these different elements just like come together and create this
Right.
one specific kind of vision. And it still included music, right? But
Yeah.
it was more of a team thing. And I just felt like film was just like the next step up for that, and to really tell stories in a great way. And that's really what I'm about. I just want to be a really solid and good storyteller. And film is
Yeah.
kind of an outlet for that, I think. So
Yeah.
it is.
And let's not look over the fact that between music and writing and
Yeah,
producing, you're casting too.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
like,
Oh
come
yeah,
on.
I mean, it all like it encompasses so many different things, right? So with film, you're taking in all these different other art forms and putting them together to create this one cohesive vision.
Yeah.
And hopefully, by the when it's all said and done, that it does come out somewhat good, because it does take a lot of dominoes for it to kind of match up, and things to pan out the way they're supposed to. But like you
Indeed.
said, you have to cast it. You have to get the right technical people involved. You have to do all the logistical stuff, make sure people are there. And it's almost like running a startup. Every film project is almost like running a startup business
Yeah.
in that sense, because it's the same devices that are used, but it's just a little bit more artistic in its sense, for sure.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So so let's talk about this real quick, man. So your first couple of films, man, that was absolutely no budget. It was just kind of I
Yeah.
need this, I need this, I need this. Now I'm ready to film. So talk about that, man. How
Well, I'm still kind of low. I mean, I'm a low budget. I mean, I'm not no budget, but I'm definitely um, on the lower end spectrum of things. But early on, yeah, you are right. It was just like nothing, and that's kind of how you start, right? Like you
yeah,
have to be able to take things that you were given and then be able to multiply those things. And you have to, if not, then it's just like you're kind of wasting time. And if it's something that it's too hard to make a movie or to make even a short film. It's very difficult. It's very difficult and it's extremely challenging. And you use resources, whether it's free or not. You use people's resources and time, and people take off work, and especially early on.
yeah,
And so you want to make sure that you're putting your best foot forward in that way. So early on, yes, it was that, but it was really more so about growth and exploring who I was as a storyteller, and thereby exploring who I am as a man, and that sort of thing. I think that's what great art can do, not only just by showcasing the story you're telling in the immediate sense, but
mhm,
also like you kind of a good one. Uh, you're sharing a piece of yourself. You're sharing who you are. And early on, even though it was like the sci-fi stuff, it was a
right.
big part of who I am. Is
Yeah,
imagination and big kid at heart, and things like that, and asking philosophical questions about
right.
life, and that sort of thing. And you just get better. And you get, as you grow, you get more nuanced and more
Yeah,
mature in the way that you go about it, and hopefully more efficient as well, because you know what you don't like. So,
indeed, indeed.
but now, yeah, more in the lower budget, still independent, lower budget, since I don't have like any like a big deal. It was just crazy. Some people may think that, but I don't. But I think that speaks to like the talent and stuff involved. It's not only me, but it's a lot of other people who help out. I have like a strong core team of about 6 or 7 people, and
Shout them out. You got that?
yeah. All right, come on. We got Habibi, Ali Khan. We got Dominic Chasen, Justin Henley. Um, we got Armani Ambis. We got now Michael Speckart, who's helping out with Nexus. Jason Wilson, who's like also my co-producer and business partner. Tyrus Lemon, and yeah, that's really kind of the main core people who,
That's dope.
and that's been doing it for years, man, and just getting better. We help each other out on different projects. A
Yeah,
lot of them are filmmakers in their own right as well, and it's just this dope collective where we just kind of rise together. So I'm doing my thing, but some of them got their own thing going on as well, and I help them out on projects as well. So
yeah, that's what's up, man.
yeah, yeah.
So how long was it? Because I know the theory about St. Louis, man, is that you could be doing something very, very dope, but nobody's noticing. When did you feel like that St. Louis finally took notice on, hey, here goes somebody doing something great?
Hmm. It's so interesting. I've always felt that, and maybe because of, I've had really good parenting. I just can't take that out of the equation, uh, because my parents did, they sheltered me to a certain sense, but they did raise me, I think, in a really good way, to pursue all these different passions. So, in a sense, whether or not I even perceived it at the time, I felt a sense of support. And, they tried the best they could. It was like, I had like 4 other siblings, and then both of my grandmothers live with us and my auntie. So it was a big house.
You had the village.
Huge, huge household, man.
Wow.
So, they literally did the best that they could. But what
They did great, by the way.
You said what?
They did great, by the way. So just want to let you know.
Yeah, no, they did great. And so even though, my first film coming out of like high school, I was just filming it and passing with my high school friends and stuff. We did like a little premiere, and at the time it was called Warenberg before Marcus had bought them. So we had little Warenberg theaters and stuff, and so we had a screening there, and we even saw, but it was like a really packed theater. All of our
I remember that.
And their parents and stuff came out, and that was in 2014. And so since then, every time I did something, especially out in the public, it always kind of got some sense of support in some way. I've always had to make sure I had to keep it in front of people and push it and market it, and things like that. I'd say the biggest one, though, obviously when Static kind of became a thing.
My favorite.
When the Tivoli, used to be the Tivoli Theater before, a church had bought it out. But and it was like 500 people that were there. That was like the line was wrapped around the building. I'm inside, like setting up, putting up the reserve signs and stuff. And there's a line like wrapped around the building, going into the parking lot in the street and the Del Mar Loop. And that was for sure the biggest sign, because we did that on literally nothing. And that was just like, people are not only invested, they're invested in the character, but also it was just like the greatest, one of the biggest affirmations, because as a result of just that, I was able to, I went to Dallas the next week, which I didn't really travel outside of St. Louis that much. So I went to Dallas, and then, next following month I was in Europe for a week or so. And so it just exposed me to all these, and I was introduced to Afrofuturism. I met the Afrofuturist community, which you probably hear that term thrown around a lot since Black Panther came out.
Yeah.
And then, just traveled all over as a result of, just making Static for nothing. And I wanted to get it out there. I can't make money off, I don't own that IP, so I can't make money off of it. But what it did allow me to do was expose myself, expose my talents to different people, build a network. So now when I'm doing my own original material now, like I go to different cities, and these are some of the people that I've known for, several years, just doing that stuff. As a result of making Static. So, yeah, man, it's been an interesting trajectory of growth.
Yeah. Dope. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to take a little break, man. Got to do some station identification for WAVU. I'm going to play a little bit of a song, man. And we're going to come back, because we've talked about who you were, who you are. Let's talk about who you're going to be. You with me?
Okay. Yeah.
All right, y'all. Hey, we'll be right back with more Life Be Life, and
back up on the scene. Hey, it's your boy Tony D from the Life Be Life podcast. Check us out Tuesday mornings, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. on WAVU 55, The Vibe.
Yeah, I had to hold my head high. I had to let go my pride. I had some worries and some fears, but then I left it to God. Cause honestly, I feel it coming, and I know it's my time. The ones that got all this, the ones that ain't got a pot. Imagine throwing a fit when you can be out that spot. You boys still touching on that stove, and mama said it was hot. I had a dream, I woke up as king. I'm about to go take me a march. Get ready, get set on your mark. Let's go, I'm taking a start. And all of my dreams got down on my knees. I had to go pray to the Lord. Protect me, cause I'm one on one. Ain't hit that I'm not one of them. I had a dream, I woke up as king. I'm about to go take me a march. Get ready, get set on your mark. Let's go, I'm taking a start. And all of my dreams got down on my knees. I had to go pray to the Lord. Protect me, cause I'm one on one. They hit that I'm not one of them. Mama, why they keep doubting me? Yeah. way. Why they won't say they proud of me? Put blood, sweat, tears for my time to see. I'm on where all that honesty. Been feeling like Schmurd. Boys of the trenches, man, lady trying to get back to poverty. Gotta lift up the kids and send them to school. The trenches can't keep raising prodigy. That's what the knowledge be. Coming together, we gotta do good for the kids. Losing our nieces and nephews to nieces and nephews. Ernie Hearn trying to make it us men. Put down the guns and pick up some gloves and knuckle up, wobble like men. Tired of the fake thugs and fake drugs, only doing it for a trend. I had a dream, I woke up as king. I'm about to go take me a march. Get ready, get set on your mark. Let's go, I'm taking a start. And all of my dreams got down on my knees. I had to go pray to the Lord. Protect me cause I'm on a one. They hate that I'm not one of them. I had a dream, I woke up as king. I'm about to go take me a march. Get ready, get set on your mark. Let's go, I'm taking a start. And all of my dreams got down on my knees. I had to go pray to the Lord. Protect me cause I'm one on one. They hate that I'm not one of them.
From the Mind of Men, a 15-minute docu-series centered around the mind of everyday men, from hurt to trauma, to relationships and kids, mental health, mental anguish, and healing. Many men in our communities don't speak their truth, and this is a perfect opportunity to hear, learn, and grow together. Come take a ride with us. From the producers of the Life Be Lifin' podcast.
And yes, sir, we back up on the scene. So, David, man, right now, actually, you know what? Nah, I can't glaze over that at all. Hold on. So let's talk about this award nominee from Amsterdam. I don't want to mess up the name of the award because I don't want to take away from it, man. So if you would pronounce that, just so I'm clear, and let's talk about that.
Yeah, it's called Septimius, the Septimius Award. It's named after, I believe, the Roman emperor. I think he was the first Black emperor.
Okay.
If I'm mistaken. But don't quote me on that. But it's a pretty it's a pretty prestigious award on the independent level in Europe, in Amsterdam. So it was really cool to be around that and just like be inspired. And I was like, I don't even know what I'm doing here because some of those independent films had like $10 million budget and stuff.
Right.
Well, I had a nice I had a grant that I received from Washington University to help make underneath as a part of my fellowship with them. But that was about it. And I put half of my own salary into making it.
Okay.
So, but it was really cool. We went out there. We didn't win. We got nominated for like best experimental movie.
Yeah.
But I mean, Megan Good it was so many people that were there. It was amazing. So we didn't, we went out there and connected with a lot of people and just felt the vibes. And I mean, I was out there in Amsterdam a year prior to show the movie. They had an Afrofuturist fest that was there, and so there were several people who were part of the Septimius Awards that were there and saw them. They were like, "Bro, you got to submit it. Just submit it, and
that's what's up.
Let the jury decide and see what can happen." So that was really cool.
And look at that, man. I mean, a nomination is nothing to sneeze at, especially. And I don't want to take away from what you're doing, but I do want to, let people know, as you're stepping up to the plate and you're in the running with the big dogs, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, it's, we're people, I guess, again, like some people perceive it that way. I don't really think like that, but yeah, I feel like I'm getting better, and I think my craft is definitely like getting more refined, even with like minimal resources as I might have.
And that's what I mean. Maybe I didn't phrase it correctly, but I mean, based on what you have done and completed, to be at that spot, man, is nothing short than remarkable. Like you were supposed to be there.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, even with the like, you get commercials, right? Like the universe, God, they gives you commercials of like you're on the right path and stuff, right? Like, especially sometimes when you might like need it the most, it's like, am I doing this right? Like, am I overthinking this, or am I not doing enough, and that sort of thing? And then boom, all of a sudden you'll get like a glimpse.
Right.
Being in that room for me was like a glimpse. Me not having any connections almost whatsoever, in the quote unquote industry, but being able to be at the Critics' Choice Awards and meet people, and you know what I'm saying, like that kind of stuff doesn't happen all the time.
Right.
And I'm just trying to be a vessel, man. I'm trying to be in tune, and I think the more that I grow and become more mature, the better my work will get, and I think the more I'll see stuff happen for sure.
Indeed, man. So what's next? What do you have your eyes set on?
Right now, so I just wrapped up first series Gonzo, and so with post production, and so that's being shopped around right now, and I want that to come out in the fall, and I think people are gonna love it. It's a 4-part series, very different for me, not having done not having done it on with the kind of skill set I have now doing a series. And so I think people are going to love it. To see Black geniuses in the science and tech space, I think it's going to be incredible. And they're really cool. And then right now, finishing up a feature film called Nexus, which I'm really, really, really excited about. It's in the sci-fi lane again. Gonzo doesn't have any of those elements, but this Nexus does. There's a grounded component to it, but it also pushes the boundaries and expand imagination and things like that. So I'm really excited about that. We're finishing production up here in July. So
that's what's up, man.
We filmed a big part of it back in December. We were spent time like a week on a military base. So I brought like.
How did you do
that? That's a long story, dude. That's a long story.
About 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's a long story. But
wow.
We
and I'm paramilitary, so that's why I'm like, how did you do that?
Yeah, dude. It was almost. Me and my friend, we talk about that still. We're just like, it's kind of surreal that happened. Actually.
Yeah.
Because we were the first production in Missouri to ever do that. And, they supported us. And, I told them what the story was about outright, and they were 100% on board seeing whatever we needed. I think they were just excited that, we were just filmmakers to come
right.
That we just asked, and that we were so chill and cool about the whole thing.
Man.
Yeah, we did. So there is a component of that in Nexus, the military industrial complex and all that. That's a part of it. And so we're finishing that here in July. And it's not like in the same universe of. It's not like a sequel to like Underneath per se, but it is adjacent. Like it's taking some of the best elements and whatnot from Underneath into this film and kind of building its own thing. So it'll be really cool, I think, for people.
So you've been in your own little universe then?
Yeah, almost. Yeah. It's like a multiverse, basically.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, multiverse, man. That's live. So I know we've talked about projects and filming and triumphs, and have there been any like false starts, letdowns that you can remember?
Yeah, I've had a lot of letdowns, and things don't always pan out exactly how you envision them all the time. Like I was, while trying to pursue Underneath, for instance, like while making it, like I literally, I was behind on some of my bills. I was trying to just fund it. I was like, if I could just give this a few more weeks, and I'll be cool. But I was like a little bit behind on my bills. And my apartment complex was not playing. They were not playing, dog. I got I got evicted. Luckily, I had somebody in my corner who was able to help me get back in the same day.
Oh wow, that's
And
nice.
so, but that happened. But you know, you get a lot of different interesting setbacks. I mean, sometimes it's people, sometimes it's things that are completely outside of your control. But the thing that keeps me focused is, what I came here to do, right? Which is to tell this story, but there's usually a deeper meaning behind the stories that I'm trying to tell. Because, like I said earlier, this is just way too difficult to try to just do this just kind of for fun. And you can do
Right.
that, but I think there has to be some level of passion that's driving you to want to see it all the way through.
Yeah.
And every project is very much that for me. So I try to lean more into the positive aspects of it as opposed to the negative, because the negative would just leave me depressed.
Indeed, indeed. And,
Yeah,
and I wanted to discuss that shortly for a reason, man, because I know people like myself, with the podcast, with the network, and there are a lot of people doing a lot of things, and unfortunately, when things don't go
yeah.
the way we want them to go, we step back and we kind of lose our passion.
Oh yeah,
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 man.
yeah. That's the thing, and that's, I mean, if it's something that's like on the inside of you that you know you're supposed to be doing, then it may, it's that thing they say in church, delay but not denied. You know what I'm saying?
That
Like,
part.
come on, like it might be delayed, but it's not. You didn't get denied at all. You just
Yeah.
got to get back at it, and it may happen a little bit slower than you anticipated, but it's going to
Right.
happen the right time. I'm glad that I wasn't like exposed too early. You understand? Like, I'm so glad that I was able to, and still able to in some way, to make mistakes very early on without, you know, global public scrutiny or whatever, without my name being in a headline or something.
Right.
I am, because it
That's
gives
deep.
me the breadth and the bandwidth to be able to make those mistakes and reflect and grow from them, and then move
Wow.
forward in a better way. So yeah, man, it can be challenging, but again, like, you got to be able to dig deep and just be like, why am I doing this? Am I doing this because I want to be seen? It's not really enough to get you all the way through. No, that's not enough. You got to have something deeper than that. That's It's different for everybody. But yeah,
Yeah. That's deep, man, because like my son, for instance. My son does music and he's good, but I know a few people in the industry here in St. Louis, and he's like, I just do it when I'm bored. I'm like, do you understand? Like, people who've heard it, they're like, man, this song is
yeah,
like, of course you have people gassing you up, but then you have people that
right,
are legitimately like, hey, this is good. And
right.
that's how I felt about you. Like, and to speak to how you say that you were kind of sheltered, I remember that when I reached out to you,
Mhm.
I had to talk to your father. I had to talk to your father.
Yeah,
And I was ministering because he was pastoring at the time as well.
yeah,
And once we talked and he kind of seen who I was, and I'm not one of these people out here that's praying or I'm a vulture. I see someone doing something positive, and at this young age, a lot of people can take notes out of your book about it. And I just want to highlight it. Now, years later, man, you're a grown man. We've talked about a few of the changes in your life, and you mentioned right before we go to break, man. I want you to kind of backtrack just a little bit before we get ready to finish out. You mentioned learning yourself as a man, and I
yeah,
feel like that, like me, for instance, I had a child fresh out of high school at 18. She's 30 now. I'm 49. I really didn't feel like that. I was raised without a mother or a father. I
mhm,
was adopted at 3 months, kind of grew up poor, without, and no one ever talked to me about the conversation. It's not about sex. why shouldn't I do it right now? So I was an irresponsible young man, which turned into an irresponsible father, which did turn into an irresponsible man. I feel like that I've learned my life trial and error on how to proceed. As someone like you who had those elements in your life, and you stated yourself, it has helped you. Um, at what point did you feel like okay, I understand that I've been sheltered, and I'm not trying to do away with that, but now it's time for me to pull back the curtain.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it was very interesting. It's almost like breaking out of an eggshell in a sense, right? And you have to have such a force of will to say that I think I'm cool to be my own person because I think possibly because I am the oldest. There was a little bit more pressure on me to
Always.
be able to perform a little bit, go the extra mile.
Right.
And so it took for me, number one, coming out with, in my sexuality. Number two, coming out and, just figuring out like, what is it that I believe? This is something that was handed down to me. What is it that I'm gravitated toward and that sort of thing. So it years of like deep, I'm 30 now. So, but almost 10 years of like deep reflection and trying to figure out what I gravitated toward, and some of that I figured out through creating my art.
Yeah.
That's part of the things that's one of the things that really helped sustain me. I think mentally was having that kind of outlet, even though while I was in college and trying to figure myself out and that sort of thing. It can be a little rough for sure when you're known for one thing or people expect one thing from you, but then you end up not exactly being that, but you're better, and you're more in tune with yourself. You're more acutely aware of what you like and what you don't like. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
you're happier. So that takes a little bit of time. It takes time. I don't think it's like a one instance thing. The
Yeah.
first moment you realize that you might be different or whatever, uh, there's a sense of being rebellious, right? And so you're just mad and angry all the time. That sort of thing. That lasts a couple of years. But if you are someone who's actually really wanting to grow and figure yourself out, eventually you grow out of that.
Indeed.
And you come to a place of understanding that it's not really always, your parents' faults or things like that. I think a lot of parents do try the best they can. A lot do. Uh, but then we realize, oh man, you weren't perfect. That I did. You know what I'm saying? Like you were
Yeah.
figuring it out too.
Yeah.
And so it just leaves you in like a different place of peace and a different mindset of, oh
Yeah.
man, we're kind of in this all together in a sense, And just because you might have the, you might have the ministry and things like that, it doesn't, exclude you from all of the problems and doubts and worries and all sorts of things that, any of us do. So.
Man, hey, I wanted to hit on that because I remember that. I remember you kind of like gravitated off of social media for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you came back like bang. And I was like, yo. And the thing that I remember about that, David, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I remember like your first couple of posts from that situation, and you were just like, I am who I am and I'm comfortable with it. And you said something to that tune, but it's been so long ago.
I feel like probably a little more vulgar.
It was, but so again, me knowing you from your background, and I kind of told you behind the scenes, kind of what I went through with my own daughter, being in ministry, having a child that comes up anything than the status quo, then it's all like, okay, it's the devil and this and that and that.
Right. Yeah.
And I can tell you that, after myself and my daughter and my wife had that conversation that we got closer. We got so much closer that it was crazy. And I feel like that if I was that judgmental type of person still, I would have missed out on her life.
Yeah, and it's also a different, interestingly, I mean, it's a different time, a different era. You know, like back in 2009, 2010, everybody's trying to build bigger churches and stuff. You know, it's not really that kind of energy today. You know, I think today the energy is a little bit, it's a lot more chill than I think it was even just 15 years ago.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, I think you're right. And kudos to you, man. Kudos for you having that kind of open, like, mindset, mentality and stuff, you know. So,
I mean, the thing was when she told me, my first words were, "And you're my child first." You know what I'm saying? You're my baby first. Like, how could I sit here and so this daughter is not by myself or my wife. So I told you about my 30-year-old. So she's 26. I repeated that cycle. Irresponsible young man, irresponsible with my body and my choices, and had another child, you know, before I got married. We got about 15 minutes left, man. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a short break. We're gonna close out with you today, man. And I'm gonna give you the floor. Anything you wanted to say, anything you feel like you needed to say. Of course, give your social medias, your websites, your YouTubes, you know, all that good stuff. I'm gonna let you have the floor, man, just because for being a young man, I admonish you just from everything that you've been through. Because again, I've seen it. Now, of course, I wasn't right there, but sometimes from afar can give a good perception as well. So I admonish you, man, just from everything that you've been through, and continue to push forward. So we're gonna get this last little break out the way, man, and we'll be right back.
All right, sounds good.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I wake up in the morning, then I brush my teeth. Mind over man, let's talk what I see. I don't be here, gotta keep it low key. Don't be here in time for no beat. I gotta get to the tater to the cheese. I got tunnel vision, get into the green. Thank God every day that he chose me. Don't be calling my phone no D&D. If you wanna be with me, you know that I got. If I call you my friend, you know that we love. You give me the ball, patient like just start. You know when I'm team, you know that we pop. You know that I'm working, I won't push the clock. I'm gonna break the curse, I ain't never stop. You this for my family, I ain't never stop, I ain't never. This time I never, man. I ain't never. This time I never, man. This time I never, man. Gotta stick to the plan. Gotta get them bands. I don't really want no friends. I come from the bottom. Now I'm a man.
I just find it crazy, like, just one day I just woke up, had this dream, and ever since then I just been taking off. If you got a dream, chase your dream, do what you wanna do. Keep trying, you gonna make it one day.
There he is. How you been, brother? You doing well? Glad we can link up.
And for those of y'all who just seen that is the intro to From the Mind of Men.
Hey, who made that?
You know what? We got time in the studio, you know, after we record. But that is my son. That is my son on the track.
Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, so I pretty much came to him and I was like, "Hey, I need an intro to Mind of Men." He was like, "What do you want it around?" So I told him. About 30 minutes later, he came back with the completed song. So I'll tell you, man. Huh?
Was it like AI or something?
Not the song. His
Oh,
So
Uh-oh.
what we did after
Club.
the song, I'm like, man, this can't have
Uh-oh.
any type of intro because I feel like I want visuals to tell a story. And so I can't remember what app he used, but we went in over that evening and we
Uh-huh.
would type in what we need, what we wanted to hear, the particular schematics, and they were like 10-second clips, and he clipped them all together like that.
Wow. Yeah,
And
that's
after he
really
clipped it, I
that
did like
came
the
out really good.
transitions and stuff. Yeah, man, it's dope.
I'm trying to get my camera back on. Oh, there we go. I think we
You
should.
good?
All
All
right, there
right.
we go.
Well, look here, man. We got about 10 minutes left, David. Again, and I know I keep singing your praises, man, as we've been on the show. This was very short notice. Like, I literally reached out to you yesterday, and you were like, "Let's do it." I'm like, man, this worked out because, again, I've been wanting you for a minute, to come on to the show. Funny backstory, man, because I had inboxed you, and you know how Facebook changes the stuff around, and I'll tell you,
Yeah.
man, I had accidentally poked you. And I'm
Oh,
like, oh my God, I can't find the unpause button. And I instantly, because what I try to do for myself, man, I try to keep a clean image. And it's not about, a misunderstanding, but some people could take that misunderstanding and then put you on blast. Like, hey, this man been married for 20 years and he just poked me. Like, what's going on? So
I can't believe people really think. I was like, the poke feature just used to be an annoying thing. I be poking people all the time. Poke, 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 poke. Once they brought it back, I'm just be poking everybody. I'm like, I hope people don't really look too deep into this. This has
some
nothing
people
to
do.
do. It's
Some
just
people
like an
do.
annoying thing. I don't know.
Yeah. So, David, what I'm finna do, man, I'm about to give you the platform solo. Of course, I want you to not that solo. Hold on. There we go. Actually, why don't we just do this? All right. So I'm gonna give you the floor. Take as long as you need. I just want you to talk about, sum up everything, from filmmaking to emotions to whatever, man. You got the floor because I know there's a lot of young people out here that just want to be inspired, man. Your YouTube people are probably going to start going back, seeing what's happening. But I just want to give you the floor, man, because a lot of times when we host or co-host, we overbear, we talk, we try to give a direction, we try to make life be life and to be very free. You know what I'm saying? And just you're a good young man with a great head on your shoulders, man. And I just want people to hear your wisdom. I'm about to get out your way.
No. Look, I don't really have that much to say. I already told Tony I was a little shy, so I don't know why he put me on the spot like this. But one of the things I think that I've been talking to a lot of my friends about was really the balance between like what it means to be like a creator and what it means to be somebody who uh, is trying to get their work kind of like out there, right? Because I've like most of the time artists find themselves uh, putting more energy and time into trying to get their work out there as opposed to creating the art that they feel like that they're passionate about doing, right? And the algorithm, I guess, on social media could leave people really thinking like whether or not their art is actually worth it. You know, whether you have like low engagement on something, whether it didn't get enough likes or that sort of thing. And it really takes somebody to dig deep within themselves to understand that this is what I'm wired to do. And these are the kind of stories that I actually want to tell. And you kind of got to ignore some of that other stuff. I was talking to my friend Mike, who is a producer on my film Nexus, and we were talking about creative. This was really like a year ago. We were talking about a lot of creative things. Then I was going back and forth, putting on my producing hat and putting on my directing hat. My producing hat was like, oh man, the marketing and blah blah, really like this and really like that, but that's not really art. Like the art is the actual doing of creating, like for filmmakers, like creating the actual story, right? And you got to kind of take your producing hat off and just let it sit and be. and that takes the good ones take like a big part of you in order to do that. You know, you have to pour your life and your story into some of these things, and you can't allow, you know, Facebook or Threads or whatever to say that those experiences and that story is not valid simply because it didn't reach enough people, you know? And so, if anything, I just want to leave people with, you know, stay true to who you are, and yeah, don't give that up, and don't compromise that just because you want to be seen. So that's really all I got to say.
And see, I came back right on time. You see that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this though, man, before we wind down. Thank you, because kind of how you just spoken about and what you spoke about, it spoke to me because I feel like, you know, life be life and has value, it has depth. Yeah. It is what's needed, these conversations. And, you know, sometimes put some things out there and you're like, man, like, you know, the way Facebook then got messy, they'll show you who saw it. Yeah, I got 800 views and 3 likes and 1 comment. Like, what's going on? But so thank you, man, because a lot of times visibility can get lost in the process. Mm-hmm. So, hey, appreciate you just telling people keep their hand to the plow, man. Be true to you.
Yeah.
So, David, man, Life Be Life will always be open for you. Any movies that you got coming up, anything that you got going on, you have an open invitation. All you got to do is hit me up because I want to support. I want to continue to water on good ground as well. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and I know that you are great ground, my guy. Like for real, for real.
I appreciate you, man. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it's my pleasure, man. You said what?
This was fun.
Yeah, man. I love doing this. My heart over the next few years is to be able to transition out of my job and be able to do stuff like this full time, whether it's in the community. I want to mentor. I'm in the process of becoming a certified peer mentor counselor. It's where, you know, you get to other people who have had drug addictions and suicide attempts. Because I've had all that, you know, and now that I'm on the other side of this, maybe my story, you know, of suicide and popping pills and being an alcoholic can reach somebody. Just like I know your story is going to reach, man. So again, how can people reach you, man, or reach your project at least?
You can mostly Instagram and Facebook for me. So David Kirkman Films on Instagram, or just type in David Kirkman on Facebook. Those are 2 platforms I feel like I'm the most active on. And now, like, Threads is a thing, so I'm on there as well. And my YouTube channel, just type in David Kirkman, and all my stuff will come right on up. So yeah, I'd love to connect with y'all and you know, just continue creating great stories and stuff. So I appreciate Tony for the opportunity to be on this show, and we're gonna see it grow, man. I'm excited to see it grow.
Indeed, man. I'll be a stand-in or actor at some point in time, man, because I've been wanting to act for years. But you know, again, you got to play your role before you get in the roles. Well, Mr. Kirkman, you can stay on the stage after the show. I'm gonna come back. We can rap a little bit if needed. I just want to make sure I don't take up too much of your time as well.
Okay.
But y'all, we've heard from Mr. Kirkman, Mr. David Kirkman today, filmmaker, writer, producer, musician. That's something new. So we gave everything. Look him up. I will be sharing some of his YouTube stuff on my personal and my Life Be Lifing page. Because at the end of the day, life is going to keep on lifing, and we're going to be here to talk about it. Hey, I'm your host, Tony D. He would say, and I'm your host, D to the J. Hey, until next time, we out this joint.
Life gon' be life, okay. 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 Life gon' be life, okay.
We talking life. 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 We talking life.
Season 7, you ready?